Hello everybody and welcome. Been a while since I've done a video, but I've seen a few videos popping up around Star Citizen recently. And it's a game that I also have just started to sort of check out. I originally bought this game back in 2014, so should be alright. This is just a first look. I've kind of played a little bit, sort of know roughly how to do things, some things. And I just thought we would maybe do a mission or something, or find my ship, or maybe some clothes. I can't remember what happened to me. Looks like I died. No idea. Anyway, we'll just put our little EVA suit on. There we go. I have no idea where we are. Doesn't look like a very swanky place. Not even got a window. Easy habitation. Where am I? Definitely lots of things in this game that are really nice. Like the depth feels good. Bugs though, the bugs are still, ooh, they're bad. Back when I bought this game in 2014, I paid I think maybe £20 to get an Aurora as my starter ship. That is the ship that I have. There is nothing else. It looks like we're just on some outposts. We'll take a look out the window, see what we can see. But there are these Lagrange points around the solar system, and I think this is one of those. So it's kind of like a little hub, a little way station. Let's see if we can get to the hangar through security normally. Yes, here we go. See if my ship is actually here. Yes, it is. We're on beautiful coordinates. CRU Lagrange point 5. Let's retrieve that. Nice. I gotta say, I love like the interaction in this game and all of the systems. Like nothing really takes you out of the world. You are always you, which is really nice. There's no menus and things like that feel artificial. I didn't see where that said I was. Whoops. Pad 4. There we go. Right. Thank you, heads-up display. So, not a hangar, not a docking port, but a pad. There we go. We should get closer. This is also what I love. Like, you physically do move around. Like, the ship was there. I could have gone out and, like, EVA to it, or I can take this lift over here. Like, I could have gone out on any of the pads and just sort of hopped on over. Everything's real. It's all here, for reals. That's the technical genius of this game. Albeit, probably the thing that has set them back the most. Because, I mean, it's a hard challenge. Super hard. Like, everything being physically modelled, and you can feel it in the game sometimes. Like, when you pick up boxes and things, and it's like, yep, that's a real box. It's got collision. You put it down. It's all trying to work out the physics of everything, and, you know, physics is hard enough when gravity is constant. Wait until you're in a ship that's pulling different sorts of G's, and no G's, and all of that jazz. So this is my Aurora. Some very nice players gave me some money, so normally it comes with just these two guns on the front here, this one here and this one here. I was able to buy 2 more, because some guys gave me some cash. Because I was partway through a mission that was going to pay me a bunch, and then I exploded, and I was just talking in the chat about my experience. Wasn't complaining particularly, but they were like, oh, you know what, here's some money. The guy was basically like, I need to ride so I can go pick up a ship. And I was like, oh, I'll do that, yeah. Where are you? Oh, you're miles away, never mind. And then this other chap was just like, I've got the fastest ship in the game, I'll come and do it and give the money to Spanner. And I was like, yeah, thanks guys. So that's like a really cool experience I've had with the community already, just playing in the game. And I'm not involved in any other way other than just being in the game. So yes, I've got 4 guns, I've upgraded my shields, and I think that's it. So like, I'm not incapable as a ship. I can definitely do some things. I don't know if I had a mission on the go, but missions, I don't think, are persistent. So, oops, I've just turned my engines off. Didn't mean to do that. And what I meant to do is bring up the missions list. Let's see what we can do here. Contracts manager.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Bounty hunting, yes, let's do some of that to start with. You don't get much. 4,000 is not a lot of money in this game. What is this? I'd like you to assist on the apprehension of this guy. Barty Ledger? I don't know, Barty? And the Microtech wreck site. Right, own transportation Microtech wreck site. Neutralize using force necessary. Bounty others. I don't know if I'm going to need This might just be a ship. Like when it says apprehend, it might just mean kill him in his ship. If it does, then I can do that. At the moment, I don't have any weapons. So, let's go. So I'll stick cruise control on. Set the max speed to stupid high. So we just get out of the range of gravity well of this thing. And then let's spool up our quantum drive. 40 million kilometers away. That's quite far. But it shouldn't take too long. As long as I don't hit any rocks. Let's go. Please. Hello? Bug number 1. Can't freaking go anywhere. What? Oh, that's a big rock. I'm gonna slow down. Can't see where I'm going. Can't see where I'm going. There's big rocks. Okay, we're good. Let's try this again. Wait, is that an enemy? Got enemies popping up on those little red triangles. There we go. Right, right here. Whew. So yeah, you run into stuff like that all the time in this game. Just little things that don't really work. What just happened? What the heck just happened? I think I might have been pulled out of... But there's nobody here. I think maybe those pirates are gonna like attack me or something. Anyway, let's keep going. So yeah, so this is my ship. It's I think I can get out while it's in quantum drive. I've done this before, this is dangerous. Frame rate, not great. Might have just broken the game. Oh no, here we go. So interior, I've got a bed. That apparently is a bed, this thing here. I can lie down in it. If I stand up in it, sometimes I glitch to the top of the ship, so I don't really want to do that, to be honest with you. And this is all the space that I have. So this is one tiny, tiny starter ship. There are ships in this game that are full-on, like, luxury yachts, you know, with multiple floors and lifts inside them, and all of that jazz. But, no, not for me. In terms of the amount of sort of planets they've got implemented so far, you've got this system, I think. I think this is it. I don't think there's any more than this. But that's plenty. So we were here. CRUL5. We are heading out to... Oh god. Double click to zoom in. Yeah, if you scroll, things disappear. So that's Microtech. Terraforming error left the planet with an unnaturally dense cloud cover and colder than average climate. Temperature is a thing, so if you don't wear the right clothes, you can freeze. Or burn. And obviously if you don't have a spacesuit, you can't go out in space and things like that. You better wear your helmet. Most of these planets in this system have moons. And, you know, every moon has a number of stations and landing sites and things. But you can land anywhere. Just that some of them have specific way stations for you to, you know, drop quests off at. And conduct missions. Some of them don't look like much. Some of them are just like little habitats. Others look like little habitats, but then inside they just have a lift and it takes you underground and it's like a massive sprawling mine or something like that. There's a prison where players go when they've committed crimes. I can't remember exactly where that is, but I've been there. I think it was Hurston? Maybe Crusader? Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little place. You can go mining, I think, in any of these asteroids, any of these clusters. Like, pretty much anywhere you can find resources, you can mine them. You can mine them on foot, you can mine them in your ship. You know, that's just the great thing about this game, is it really is very, very what I'm called dynamic. And you feel like a person in the universe. You don't just feel like you're a ship, you know. That's my one complaint that I had of Elite Dangerous, was just I didn't really feel like I was a person. And it was nothing about being able to customize your player character. I don't care about that. It was more about, you know, how you interact with things, how you move around, how you go from place to place. I mean, if I, as you saw, spawn in this game, I've woken up in a room. And I have to go and find my way to the spaceship. Now on that space station, that was super easy. But on other planets, it's like, I'm in a city and I have to take a subway to get to the starport to find my ship and things like that. Or go shopping, you know, all that jazz. I know that sounds really silly, because it's kind of like, well, that's just tedious, mundane stuff, but it really brings you into the universe. So I'm really happy with what they're doing with the game. It's just a shame that it's so far behind where everyone expected it to be. And the technology really is so hard. Because yeah, it would have been cool to have been able to play at least Squadron 42 before now. That's just a single player, like, and yeah. It's all very disappointing and at the same time really awe-inspiring. Great game, completely unfinished. Still, the last time I played this for real, they only had like 2 modules. One was something called Arena Commander, where it's just like a dogfighting simulator in like this very small sphere of space. So there was no warping, you just spawn in, shoot waves and waves of fighters, and then you're done. And or die. And then another one was, like the newest one I think last time I played, was the first-person shooter equivalent of that, where you spawn into a map, and you can, you know, run around and shoot each other. And you can EVA in that. I remember doing some space stuff, where you could go out the airlock and then be in 0G fighting, which is cool. But this is the persistent universe. So in this, like, you know, we have money, we have our own ships. We can go and do missions, make money, we can buy more ships. The only problem with that is that, you know, every now and then it's all going to get reset. So don't get too precious about anything. Nothing really matters. Not at this stage. I mean, it's a game, nothing really matters anyway, right? Now that we've left, I'm just going to check what contracts. Mercenary contracts normally are quite good as well, but I think I'm going to need a personal weapon and maybe some armor to go and... I think normally mercenary ones involve like getting out of the ship. This is a recent... I can't really read this. A recently acquired Shubin interstellar mining claim awaiting processing was discovered to have been jumped by a rogue mining outfit that are actively stealing ore from the site. Oh no, this one doesn't involve getting out. I've done something like this before. So we go to a place, we kill all the platforms. This is worth more. This would have been... Maybe I should have done this instead. A call to arms. This is like a community mission, I think, where it's, you know, it's global. Everyone's being invited to go and partake of the civilian defense force to go and help fight something or someone. I've not braved that yet. Maybe I should. Bounty hunting. Normally this is killing ships. Sometimes it's raiding bases. Sometimes it's you know, going and defending a site that's under attack. That kind of stuff. What I do like about this already is that the missions are quite varied. Yeah, I started out when I was just sort of getting used to playing this game again, just so I wouldn't look like a complete idiot when I jumped in. But there's still a lot I don't know. I started out just doing like Amazon delivery driver kind of stuff. So go to some places, pick up some boxes, go to some other places and drop them off. And that sounds stupid and also silly, but like because I'm using such a small ship, it was actually really hard because I can't fit that many boxes in here. So it was kind of an interesting challenge. And it was a really good test of the physics engine. I didn't actually die because of a box, which I was definitely anticipating. Okay, so this is Microtech. I am flying with mouse and keyboard, by the way, at the moment. And you can change the gimbal mode on your weapons. So you'll notice we've got like a few things on the HUD here. Let's turn this off. So that cursor that's moving around is where my mouse is pointing. That little bracket is the direction my ship is moving in. So it lags behind because it needs to correct whichever way I'm pointing. And the crosshair, if you like, is where the guns shoot. There are 4 guns total. But look, I can do this mode, which I think does an auto gimbal in the space. So if there's a target in this circle, then they will automatically gimbal to it. Or there's manual gimbal, where it's kind of a mix. So I control where they shoot, but it also moves the ship. And actually, kind of works okay. I would like to get, you know, proper joystick controls set up, but I'm fairly happy with this at the moment. Now, they are 1,000 odd kilometers away. It looks like the closest place is probably that research outpost. So I'm just going to warp over to the research outpost because 1,000 kilometers will take a bit of time. Going at, you know, normal speed, impulse, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we do some kind of weird like orbital re-entry thing. Is it around the other side of the planet? Yes, it is. You can also go to these sort of orbital markers. There's like 4 or 5 around a planet, so you can just quickly hop around to other sides of things, and we can drop out of this if we just hit B, I think. Oh, it's very dark. So, 100 kilometers that way. I'm going to slow down a bit just for the turns. So, up on the left here, you've got the speed. And if you're operating in the blue, then you can generally be pretty maneuverable, and you're going to stop in plenty of time. But if you're up in the red, which you will want to do in order to get places at a sensible speed, it's just a bit harder. You've got to definitely slow down before you do a hard turn, otherwise you're going to overshoot by a long, long way. I'm also going to go higher to try and get out of the atmosphere a bit. That's why we're not going that fast. The max speed on this thing, I think, is like 1014 or something like that. I can't quite remember. Which is a silly thing to have in space, but we forgive these games these sorts of weird things, right? Down in the bottom right corner there, we've got our G-Safe toggle, which I will leave on because otherwise we black out all the time. Shows us our G-forces. On the right, obviously the altimeter. Right of that, we've got our guns, and we've got our hydrogen fuel level, which is now going down because I'm using it, and our quantum drive fuel level, which is what we just used a bunch of to warp over here. We also have decoys, which are essentially like chaffs and flare that you deploy when people shoot missiles at you, which is important. Missiles do a lot of damage. Like if a missile hits you, you're going to, well, at least in this little ship, I'm going to die. Okay, how are we doing? This is going to take a bit of time. Don't think there's anywhere I can walk over to. Sometimes there is, but it doesn't look like there will be. It's going to be too far out. So travelling isn't like a quick thing in this game. It will take a bit of time. I don't mind that too much. Depends. Sometimes it's a bit inconvenient, but it does add, you know, somewhat to the realism. I'm working in cruise control mode at the moment, so basically I just set this little box on the left that I can move up and down. That's a maximum speed limit setting, and the little triangle with the line means I'm in cruise control mode, so it's just going to keep accelerating up to the speed of that box. But if I turn it off cruise control mode, then the ship will try and stay stationary unless I'm using the thrusters, which is like WSA and D, and I can just set this as the max speed that those thrusters are allowed, you know. So if you're coming into land and stuff, you can actually use some pretty smooth transitions, which is nice. They've definitely thought about using keyboard and mouse as the primary control mechanism, and I don't hate it. Which is rare. Like normally I absolutely despise keyboard and mouse for flight of any kind, space or in atmosphere. Right, just while we wait, I'm going to just look over here, and I think if I hold F, I should be able to just group my guns together. I don't know why they're in separate groups. There's really no need. So now they'll all go on the one trigger. Yep, perfect. We've got our power distribution here, classic, you know, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter kind of solution. So we've got weapons, shields, thrusters. This is probably the right kind of balance that I want, to be honest. You only really need the thruster power to regenerate your afterburner, which, again, you only really need to use when you're doing like tight turns and you need to stop quickly or something like that. We have a stealth mode to reduce all of our electronic emissions and our heat. But I'm not going to need to use any of that either, hopefully. Not for a mission of this magnitude. Which is to say tiny. I do not want to open the exterior or unlock the ship. Obviously, if you unlock the ship, then other players can just hop on in. And if you leave your ship unattended, other players can just get in it and fly away. There are no key fobs. I don't think there's anything else we do. Oh, comms. But no, that's fine. You can have like proper voice comms with players in the system. You also have to talk to you know, air traffic control to get clearance for landing and taking off and things, but that's really just that they open the hangar doors. It's not like there's any real you know, punishment for doing anything else. And what's the button for exterior view? V? Nope, V is scan mode. Tab is like doing a scan. Like a sonar pulse, which is kind of cool, and it would show up you know, other objects of interest if it could spot any. But it makes you super visible. You know, everyone knows that you're there when you're doing that. The graphics in this game are quite nice. Like, my clouds look a bit weird because I've had to turn the settings down. So you can turn them off completely, but then it all looks a bit, I don't know, empty. And they do have some really nice clouds if you have them set to high, but my graphics card just can't handle it, which is another problem with this game. It is demanding. I mean, I'm only running a GTX 1080, which is now quite old, but, you know, given the graphics card shortage, it's a pretty powerful card. And it struggles quite a bit with this game. My CPU is an i9 9900, which is pretty good still. Not the best, you know. We're up to 12th gen now, aren't we? But it's not poor, and it still struggles sometimes. It's normally better when you leave populated areas, you know, less NPCs to draw and things like that. I think they haven't really done any optimization at all, which is fair enough. Man, this one was a long way away. I feel like we should have been going a lot quicker. I should have gone higher. This is my mistake, really. Everybody knows if you're going to fly in an airline, you want to be going, you know, at least 30,000 feet. I think this is in meters, so actually I am technically there. but in space games, you want to basically not be in the atmosphere, because then you can just go very, very quick. I think the atmosphere stops at like 20 or 30,000 meters. Feels about right. Oh, sunrise, beautiful. Obviously, all the lighting is, you know, properly modelled based on celestial objects, which is nice. But, you know, Elite Dangerous score set the bar on that. That's expected. I think the orbits of these planets are, you know, definitely shortened. Oh, pulling a bit too many negative G's there. Redding out. Yeah, so now that I've gone up, I'm now going at like almost 3 times the speed. And now I've gone so high that I'm practically just flying over these guys. So do some more redding out. Let's slow it down a bit. When we pick them up on radar depends a bit based on their ship and, you know, how good my radar is. My radar is not good. Their ships are probably quite small, so it might be a little while yet. Maybe like 20 kilometers. I'm really hoping it's not going to ask me to go and find them on the ground. There are some missions where you have to go into caves where people are hiding out and just clear it out. First-person shooter style. I actually think that's going to be a bit of a problem for this game, because I personally like that. I play a lot of first-person shooters. I like flight sims, so this game is fine for me. But I know there's loads of people that just play flight sims and would never touch a first-person shooter. And, you know, conversely, there's plenty of people that play first-person shooters that wouldn't touch a flight sim. So, yeah, it's an interesting niche that they're carving out for themselves. Perhaps that's why Elite Dangerous has actually done so well, and why people weren't that fussed about the first-person things. Now, we appear to have some random bits of loot, either on the ground or in the sky. Slow down a bit more, getting a bit closer to the ground. And it's a bit dark down there because the sun hasn't risen yet. Where the heck are they? I would have expected to have picked them up by now. Someone's locked onto me, that's what the radar lock means. There may very well be a missile coming my way in a second. Hello? There we go. Oh, there's 3 of them. I think. I'm not sure what that is. Is that 3 of them or is that just 1 guy? I'm not sure what those 2 little pips mean. Doesn't seem to be moving. I think he's waiting for me to engage. Gotta be real careful not to fly into the ground here. We're coming in pretty steep. Slow it down. Whoa! Yep, okay. Dropped a decoy, went sideways. Great success. What the heck is that? Whoa, hello. Alright, we're in. Now these guys are super easy. Like we're at, you know, the very early stage of bounty hunting, so this shouldn't be a challenge. Whoa, what's happening? Ship, hello. Okay, prefers to pull up than to bank sideways. Get back here. I do have missiles of my own, but to be honest, I've not found them very effective. And they are just the starter missiles, they're not anything special. I have my target stuff set to following rather than leading, just so that I find it easier to keep my eye on what their ship's doing then. But it does seem a little bit buggy in that the leading indicator kind of disappears like that. I don't really know why. Okay, we manage. It comes back again. His shields are down. His status is there on the little right-hand screen. My status is on the left-hand screen. Get back here. A little bit of profanity there. Apologies. Boom. And you got to be careful not to fly into his debris. Okay, cool. Now, there was a box here. Where is it? 5,000 meters away. I might just go see what that is. I've never done this before. This will be a new experience. Or maybe it's some of his booty. His loot. Or is it just a rock? I might have not known what it was, now it's just going to be a rock to mine. I don't think I even have a mining tool, so I'll set down, I'll go out, I'll take a look. I don't know what temperature it is out there. I'm not wearing any proper space armor, so my spacesuit I think is good down to like -30. I might check before I open the door. Yeah, it looks like this is just a rock. So I suppose things of interest just show up as these little cubes that would imply they're containers, but in reality, when you get closer, you find out it's just something like this. But, you know, if I was a miner, you know, put the landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Come and land on this really steep slope. What could go wrong? Hop out. Now the nice thing is, even if my suit isn't actually appropriate, we'll almost click through the ceiling. It'll let me know. So I'll get out here. Down in the bottom left, it'll be like, there's the temperature. My temperature is declining. Whoa, what just happened there? -25. We're okay, and the sun's come up. So if I had a mining tool, and I have absolutely nothing, I would be able to like do some stuff with this rock and get some minerals out of it. Take them back to base. As it stands, all I can really do is climb it. Can't even do that. So yeah, if I had a few friends or whatever, we could just come to a planet, find things like that, just fly down anywhere. The planets are nice. Like, the one complaint I had about Elite Dangerous' planets was just that they were just so devoid of anything. They were just rock. Like, that's not what I want to see. I want to see more things. Even just a few trees, you know, makes a big difference. The biomes. Okay, let's just check that was mission accomplished, but I'm fairly certain it was. Let me just see how long I've been rolling for. I've been going for about half an hour. I mean, I might leave it there. Just a small window into Star Citizen. I think I'm going to do a few more of these, because, you know, there are loads of different missions to do. I kind of want to show you guys all the different stuff, some of the more immersive planets. My home base is like a... I don't know if anyone's seen Star Wars. It's like Cloud City in Star Wars, where it's just like hovering in a gas giant, and that's kind of cool. On, I think that's on Crusader, which is a big gas giant. Yeah. Orison, that's my home. It is laggy, but it's cool to see. Let me just check contracts. Just make sure that one was completed. Yeah, it's gone. History. Hey, great success. So I should now be 4,000 richer than I was. I actually can't remember how to see. There we go. I have 80,000 credits, which is almost enough to buy this ship that I am riding at the moment. I think I need about almost 200 grand to get the next ship up. So I should probably not bother going for these silly bounty hunter things for 4,000 or 5,000. They're just for practice. I should start going for the big ticket, 22,500. You know what, I might stop this video here and then come back and just do this one right now. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and I'll be recording it right away.